I remember, like I work like hell for the first 8 months in AirAsia. So like after EA, right, then one day I told Tony, I cannot already. It feels like I do everything but nothing. Then he's like, so what do you want? You want to quit? I said, I don't know. Then he asked me, what do you want to do? Then I said, I don't know. Right, I just like need the break lah. It's too much already.
Because EA, you do everything, but you don't own the
yes, you don't own
project,
that,
right?
But you do everything,
yes,
and you're
correct.
accountable for everything,
Correct.
right? Then one day we were on a plane. Then he told me, you go take over in flight.
Yeah.
Then
That time no brand, right?
No brand.
Yeah, it's just food.
Then I was so shocked. I was like, why me? Food? Me? I got no experience. Then he said, so what? I don't have experience flying a plane. I was like, okay. Then it's like, you go do the food. I need to revamp it and like we need to make it better. We need to like standardize and centralize everything. Because last time we got 9 AirAsia, 9 different menu, 9
Crazy,
different
bro.
products. No, different, I don't know times how many products. Different pricing, all AOC, right? So after like how we standardize everything, change the product, the pricing, marketing strategy, in that year itself, we hit highest historical revenue per pax for food in the 14 years of AirAsia history.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Ashraf Khalid dan bersama saya
Ishraq Kamaruddin.
Selamat datang ke Apa Cerita Podcast, di mana kita mendengar kisah individu-individu yang menarik dan berjaya untuk dijadikan sebagai inspirasi dan teladan.
Assalamualaikum semua.
Yeah, so what?
Yes,
Today we have your crush.
Ish.
No,
No,
I forgot. It's a public thing. I cannot say that. But we are in for a very interesting conversation.
Very, very
because
interesting.
I think I spoke to her a little bit, and I think I've met her like a couple of times before. And of course, she gave me a really good impression. And at the same time, dia punya perjalanan dalam career dia pun something yang I think amazing ah.
Very, very inspiring ah.
Yeah,
Right?
started from an EA, now a CEO.
Even before that, analyst bro. Macam executive level. Yeah.
So I think we are in for a really interesting story. And
Correct.
the brand that she's currently
Representing. If
in
you can
the
see.
helm of. Dah boleh tunjuk betul juga
Sikit-sikit tak
So,
apa, tak tahu orang
the
dia.
brand ni adalah satu brand yang bagi I is a national brand. A brand that all Malaysian would know. Siapa-siapa yang pernah menaiki kapal terbang AirAsia pun akan tahu. Dan bukan hanya orang yang naik AirAsia, I think the whole Malaysia is a national brand lah.
Correct,
It's a
correct.
national icon punya brand.
Betul.
Kan?
And revenue pun dalam lebih kurang 9 angka. 9 angka.
9 angka
Ratus 9 kan?
9 lah.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's a
amazing.
public. Is it public? Yeah. It's okay.
Alright,
Okay.
so what?
Without
Let's
further ado,
do the honor of introducing our
It will
guest.
be my utmost pleasure. But before that, kita nak sarankan kepada viewers di luar sana yang belum lagi subscribe ke Apa Cerita, to do subscribe. It's free dan jadi kita boleh manfaatkan lagi. And this is a very special episode. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today's guest is someone I've had the privilege of knowing for over a decade, which makes this episode a truly personal one for me.
Betul lah,
She
dekat.
rose through the ranks with remarkable speed and determination, eventually stepping into one of the most demanding and high-profile roles in F&B world. In April 2024, she became the CEO of Santan, transforming not just the brand, but the way people think about in-flight dining and everyday meals. Just a few months ago, she celebrated her first anniversary in this role, a milestone that reflects both her resilience and her vision for the future. From her early days learning the ropes to leading one of Malaysia's most recognized homegrown F&B brands, her journey is nothing short of inspiring. So it's a great honor to have her here with us today. Please join me in giving a very, very warm welcome to the one and only Catherine Go,
The CEO of Santan.
CEO of Santan.
Thank you.
So
Thank
yeah,
you so much for like that big, message to
Yeah.
introduce me.
But I think
what do you call
well
it?
deserved.
Well-deserved.
Yeah,
Well-deserved.
And I
Thank
think
you,
you have
thank
done such an amazing job with Santan.
Correct.
I've been on AirAsia flight lately many times. I think we went
A
to
lot of people
Indonesia.
also, right?
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
would say, semua orang cakap kalau benda buruk pun, tapi makanan Asia best.
Yeah, delay
Everybody,
ke apa,
right?
makanan still sedap. And I
Correct,
think
correct.
that reflects also your hard work and also what you have done with the team.
Yep.
And kudos to you, Catherine.
The leadership,
you.
right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Leadership that
Thank
it
you.
holds. Thank you so much, Catherine, for spending the time. This is a episode that from day one, since
Yeah.
we had Apa Cerita, I've always wanted to have you here. So finally, Alhamdulillah.
So meaning to say, since day one, you have always been in his mind.
Wow.
This is just Ashraf being naughty, okay? There's nothing much there. And I wanted to tell everybody, the viewers out there, you guys semua nak stay sini because Catherine is somebody yang I really, really, really look up to dekat dalam Asia. We have a very big company. She's only in her 30s, CEO position, and she was a regional head in your 20s maybe?
Yes.
In her 20s, she's already the regional head. Maksudnya semua negara reports to her. She's a cost hunter. Maksudnya dia pergi cari mana nak potong cost. Kau-kau punya. Right? She expanded her retail punya outlets during COVID time, which is almost impossible. And last but not least, final towards the end of this podcast, I will ask her how for business people out there that wants to serve food in AirAsia, you give them some advice.
Can?
So you have to look for that throughout this episode.
Wow, so there's a lot of things to look for, man.
Correct.
All right, Catherine, let's start off with something easy.
Yes.
So we want to know, can you share us a little bit about how you grew up and how your parents' parenting style shaped you to be who you are today?
I was born in KL, and I think a lot of people thought that I came from a very rich family.
Yeah,
that
I
was
also
like
think
the
so.
stereotyping, or I don't know, right? But actually, I don't, because my parents make a living selling fruits at the market, right? I remember grew up helping my mom at the Pasar Malam. To be honest, I remember me as a child shouting, lelong, satu biji, satu ringgit. So that was how I grew up. Yeah, that was all that I remember for the first, I would say, 15 years of my life. Life wasn't very easy for the first 25, 26 years of my life. I don't remember any day being easy for me for the first 25 years. But when now that I look back, it always seemed very difficult to just get normal things that my peer got easily. But now that I more matured and stuff, I look back, I'm actually very, very grateful for those years because it was so tough, right? I don't even remember me going out watching movie with my friends because all the 25 years I was working more than I study. Yeah, because I cannot, my parents couldn't afford, right? So I need to always make a living. I always have to help out and stuff like that. But it was those years that actually taught me, great resilience.
Understand?
And that never give up spirits. I never realized when I was growing up, right? Because it's just so tough. But now that I look back, what made me today, I actually attribute to a lot of my parents, because they always tell me, if you want something, you have to fight for it yourself. Because they couldn't.
Nobody is going to give it to you, right?
Yep.
I don't have anything that I can fall back to because I have, inclusive myself, there's 5 of us in the family, and how much resources your parents can give you, right? So always have to be making it to yourself and fighting it for yourself, right? So yeah, that's...
And maybe I want to just ask a little bit about when you were young. You said your parents were selling fruits in the market and stuff like that. Maybe you can share a little bit of story, anything that you remember during those days and how it made you feel at that time.
Made
and
an
stuff
impact
like
to your life as
that.
well.
Yeah,
Right?
and something that maybe triggers you to become someone that has that fire.
Yes. Now that I always tell my team, I think I'm good at selling because I help out my mom selling at the markets, right? Because my mom will always teach me the strategy. Okay, this uncle, you look at him, you know what he wants, and then what you offer him and how much, because they always negotiate at the markets, right? So you will know what's your baseline that you cannot, my mom will tell me, okay, 1 ringgit is the max, you cannot go any lower, right? Because we have to attend to different customers. So I look at the uncle, the way he cut down the price, I know what's his base price.
Anchoring.
Yes. So now that, when I negotiated a lot of contracts in AirAsia or in Santan, I think that gives me a lot of feelings
Yep.
on what's your last cards.
Understand?
Yeah, so because
Yeah, she really negotiates the contracts
Yeah.
like crazy, man.
Mm.
Yeah. So
I think really it's my mom that taught me. There's no like MBA masterclass on like how
That
you
can teach that,
negotiate.
right?
Yeah, because she would say, okay, this auntie, this is regular customers or not regular customers because I go there and help every day, right? And then I know that, okay, she always want this pisang berangan. And then like, is she a business buyer or she's just a retail buyer? So business buyer, how much can you cut for her? Because you already know that she also needs to make some margin when they resell the pisang, right? So yeah, I sort of can get. The moment you open your price, I know what's your base price.
Is there any
Yeah.
quick masterclass that you can share based on? I believe like you do a profiling. You look at the person.
Yeah.
Okay, wear like this, blah,
Yes.
and how he reacts.
Yeah.
That's how they will actually cut,
Yes.
right? Is there any additional, like when you do all these negotiations as well?
Yeah. So when the person open the price, you already know that he's gonna, like I open the price, right? The person is gonna cut half for sure.
Oh, is it really
Yes,
half,
for sure. This is like always, it's a very Chinese way of negotiations.
Half.
But yeah, half, confirm. And then you have to like pump up another 25, that person will accept. This is like the simplest rule. But of course, in like contracts negotiations, it's not as like that,
Simple,
right?
straightforward,
Because
right?
you need to get a lot of tricks and like triggers on why the person asked for this. What does the person actually want? So to me, in negotiations, is really knowing what the person want and what can the person tolerate and what can the person. It's a deal breaker, right? So getting that kind of tricks and it's very important if you can close a good deal. Yeah. So I think I learned a lot
During this period of time.
during that childhood period of me helping my mom at the markets.
And what about your dad? What kind of parent was he?
My dad was more of like very China man, we call it. So like I remember most of the time was my mom working and me helping my mom. And my mom, like, for many years during my childhood, she would ask me to like, if you want to be the best, if you're not the smartest, you need to work hard. So I always, for like, I would say at least 10 years, right, of my student life, I always wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning
Really?
and study.
Seriously?
Yeah, because I wasn't the smartest, right? I don't have the resources that people got as a kid to like have tuition teacher and like, go for this, go for that. So I need to really like study to get it to my brain. So I would say in the beginning, it was a lot of, memorize things until like you really, I think it was at my 10 years old that I got that enlightenment moment that I don't have to study so hard anymore because I like suddenly understand.
Sudah pandai.
Your
Yes.
brain.
Yeah, it's so strange. It's like in my standard 4 or 5 that I suddenly like, I understand. I don't have to memorize anymore. Yeah, so it's like working hard, then work smart kind of journey for me. So I think I experienced a lot of adulthood during my childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Before 10 years old, you wake up at 2 a.m.
Yes.
to study.
And my mom would wake me up at 2 because I asked her to wake me up at 2.
Bro, people 5 a.m. club, this is 2 a.m.
Yeah.
club.
Because I have to take like a public bus to go to school. So basically my house from the bus stations is like 1 km. So I have to like start preparing at 5 and then like I get to the bus stations at 6 because sometimes the bus don't come on time, at my era, my generations. And then like I probably get to the school at like 7:30 or 7:15. Yeah.
Oh.
Seeing that the overachiever that you are today, no wonder, man.
Yeah, but I think I didn't really expect your childhood to be that difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I think a lot of people have it hard as well. But I think it shows that anybody that comes from any kind of background actually can make it work.
Yes.
They can actually become a very successful person.
Correct.
I believe that.
And it's about like you said, like that grit. That resilience to keep going and to learn and to understand things and improve yourself all the time. I think it's such an amazing, you had such an amazing attitude at such a young age.
Yeah. Before
Like, you should like adult before being an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like,
Adulthood.
like after those years, ever since I come out and work, right? Honestly, it's not that easy. But because of those childhood years, it feels like almost nothing is too tough to break me, you know? It's like, oh, what's some more? It's like,
Give
oh,
me
what's some more?
more.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Crazy,
All right.
man.
So you graduated from Upper Iowa
Iowa.
University with bachelor degree in marketing and finance. And you were awarded as the Magna Cum Laude.
Yeah.
Apa maksud tu?
Maksudnya first in class, right?
First in class.
Second or first, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, which means
Ah,
you were
second
the
or first,
top 10% lah of your class,
Yeah.
kan? So how is it to be a Malaysian that studied in United States, and of course with your background of living in Malaysia and then suddenly getting the opportunity to go to the States, and maybe you can bring us also how do you actually get that opportunity to go to the
The
States?
hard-working journey, probably.
Yeah. It's a long story. I try to keep it short,
It's
right?
okay. You
okay.
can tell
We
us.
have time.
We have
Yeah,
more than
so-
enough time.
You know, like I always feel like my life wasn't the normal path compared to like other people. So usually in Malaysia, people do twinning program, right? So you do the first 2 years in Malaysia, then the last 2 years in the States. But you know, I went to US after my SPM. Yeah. I didn't do any like prerequisites in Malaysia. So I went straight to US in Florida.
At 17.
18 or
18,
19.
okay.
Yeah, it's about 18, I think. So when I went to the States, I actually did a pre-med degree, pre-medicine.
Medicine.
Yes, because I have always wanted to be a plastic surgeon.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Have you had anything done?
Not yet. So, because my sister, she was the first to go to the US, right? So her promise to my parents is that if my parents paid for a school, she has to pay for mine, right? So
Oh.
you have to like, it's like a very Chinese thing. You have to pay for your sibling the next, right? So it runs in the family tradition. So when I went there, my sister was my sponsor, right,
Oh.
for my pre-med degree. And I work more than I study in the States. And to be honest with you, to get into a med school is very difficult in the States. Your grades and everything has to be almost perfect, right?
So you had a perfect grade lah before that.
I have 4.4 over 4.4
Wow.
in pre-med.
Gila.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And maths is, for anybody that doesn't know, is really tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Just to get 4.0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I when I study in the States, right, I was working like 4 or 5 jobs. Yeah.
4 or 5 jobs?
Yeah, I work in like a Japanese restaurant, Chinese restaurants, and then my sister, she opens an Irish bar. So I help out my sister midnights from like 11 till 4 at the bar. And then I also was a note taker on campus, because if you work on campus, they give you social security number. Then you can work outside. That's how like I got jobs, right? I remember me just study, because to do maths, you have to take tests every day, right? And that's how they give you the grades and stuff like that. So there's a lot of like tests going on in that 2 years. So I remember me just like study in between like those work breaks, you know. And like I think I worked so hard like during those years just to try to make it, right? Then when I got like my final semesters and everything, I got my results 4.4 or 4.4. I actually got admission into like pharmacy, nursing, and med school. Then I came home one day. Then my sister told me that, you know, because she was married, right, with my brother-in-law. Then she told me like they couldn't support me anymore because that time was subprime mortgage crisis. I don't know whether you guys remember.
What?
It's like
What?
subprime mortgage crisis.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Lemon's
yeah.
brother.
1997, right?
No, I think
2008.
2000, yeah.
2008.
So
The house ni kan?
yeah, the
Housing
housing
crisis,
downturn.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Lehman Brothers.
because the economic downturn really hit her business really tough because there's like a bar, right? Then they say like you probably want to explore to see like how you can get that financial support.
So
Then-
she was in the US as well lah.
Yes.
She stayed there.
Yes.
Okay, I
So I
understand.
stayed with them,
Mm.
right? Then I thought for a few nights, then I think that, I don't want to add on burden to them because they were also like going through a very difficult time. So I went to school and like withdraw. right? If not, I could continue on to
With
become
that 4.0.
Yes.
Oh, dah lah 4.0.
because I got admission already. So I
Yeah.
just need to transfer and go to like med school, right? Then I told my counselor and I said that, I decided to just stop it here. She was so shocked. She was so shocked. She's like, are you sure? 'Cause, she even like pull out my result and show me, you got perfect score. I literally remember her saying that.
Yeah.
Then she said, can you wait for like a few more months? And they tried to get me scholarships. But that time I was like, you know what? It's just too much, right? And I think I did my best and I thought that maybe I come back to Malaysia to see whether I can continue the med study. So it was a sad moment. Until today, I remember the day when I left the house to come back to Malaysia. My sister, she couldn't even send me to the airport. So I think she
sad.
felt very guilty,
Uh-huh.
right? Because she couldn't like
Support.
continue supporting me. Then I told her that, if you're a diamond, you shine everywhere you go, right? That was my attitude back then. I don't think it's like a failure or I don't blame life for it. I just want to continue going on. So I came back to Malaysia. So I actually had like a 2 years, like a prerequisites credits, that some of the credits I can transfer back. So when I came back, I thought, hey, maybe I can continue maths, right, in IMU or something. Then I realized that no, the requirements is that in Malaysia, you need to do your A levels. But the thing is that I don't want to start all over again, Like I was already like how many years behind my peers. Then I found Segi College, which they are attached to Upper Iowa University. Because if it's an American university, you can transfer the credits, right? So I transferred some of the credits that I can reuse. And then I changed my major to marketing and finance double degree. And even in Segi, I work more than I study. It's like in between classes, I would go give tuition. So I give a lot of tuitions to international school students.
Wow.
Yeah.
No wonder sometimes you're like a teacher.
Yeah. I figure, right? Like a lot of people say, so how come you like behave and then like, talk like a teacher? Because I was a tuition teacher. And I want to make sure like my students got good grades and stuff like that. And there's formula in teaching. So I realized there's formula in everything, right? So throughout my life. Then, even in Segi, I don't even recall because people always ask me, oh, how's your school life? How's your childhood? I don't have any, to be honest with you. Yeah, because I was always working. And then I graduated like 3.94 over 4 with Upper Iowa.
Oh no,
Still
not
great.
perfect.
Yeah.
For the first time in your life.
0.6. Oh no.
Yeah.
Were you really
That's
stressed
amazing.
that time?
No, I'm sure no.
I don't think if you're too busy, you don't have the time to feel like you're stressed because you just want to make it through life, right?
Yeah,
True.
but I think from your story just now, I think what is interesting, like of course life happens at you, right? But it's important to understand like you can't control that. You know what happened to your sister's business, you can't control.
Yeah.
But what you can control is how you react
Yes.
towards it. And I think your reaction showcased that you are truly a class actor.
Yeah.
You know, you bring down your ego. You know, you come back, you work hard. Then at the end of the day, you still accomplish what you need to accomplish, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
And I
so
love the
think-
saying you said, if you're a diamond, no matter where you
Yeah.
go, you shine.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's-
and I think that's why you shine everywhere you go, and I think that's why maybe after this we're gonna talk about that. Maybe when Tony saw you, he saw that diamond too.
Correct.
Can yeah. So
Maybe.
yeah, and then maybe you can continue a little bit more on the US story after that. After Segi, then did you?
Yeah, so after Segi, I graduated, right? But I had like a 6 months intern in Samsung. So in Samsung, I was the analyst as well. And then that time, I remember I did a research paper for them talking about wearables. That was like,
Variables.
10 years ago, right? No Apple Watch, nothing.
Or
But
wearables.
wearables. So I predicted and I put that research paper to the VP and saying that I think wearables is going to be the next big thing after phone, right? And that after like 3 years, only like all this Apple Watch, all this thing come out. So how like I got into AirAsia, I remember. So when I finished my Samsung intern, I saw that AirAsia, I was trying to like job hunt, online. Then I saw, AirAsia had a posting and like, but you need like 5
5
years,
years,
whatever years experience. I just clicked lah. You never try and never
Try it again.
know, right? So, but then my friend was like laughing at me. It's like, hey, 5 years, you don't even have any. Do you think you can get
This
the
is your
job?
fresh, like pure fresh.
Pure. But
Yeah.
I was already like, 2-3 years like behind my peers because they already
You were probably
graduated
like
long
what,
time.
24,
25.
Oh.
When
But
I
you
gra-
got the 5 years credit. Okay, sorry, go on first.
yeah, so,
So
like
you just tried and apply,
just
submit
tried-
everything,
Yeah.
and then you got it.
No, so like
Okay.
it was a very interesting story, right? So when I finished my intern in Samsung, they didn't know that I finished, right? So
Samsung didn't know?
didn't know
Oh.
because it was just an intern, right? So
Yeah.
I just
so insignificant.
I thought so. To be fair, I thought so at that time.
Okay.
Then one day of course I finished, I didn't go to work, ma.
Yeah.
Then one day I got a call from the HR director, which is like the big
top
boss
lah.
of HR,
Head of
right?
HR.
Then he's like, Catherine, can we check where you are? I was like, what do you mean? It's like, because we didn't see you in the office. Then I was like, because I finished my intern, right? But of course, with my small little colleague, they know that I was like finished
Yeah.
lah. Then I said, oh, but the VP was looking for you. I was like, VP? Looking for me, which is the big boss of Samsung Malaysia.
Yeah.
Then he's like, yeah, because he really wants to make you a permanent staff. But it was really interesting, I would say, life
Yeah.
experience in that 3 days.
Yeah,
I until today, I remember that 3
Okay,
days
let's
what
go
happened.
through these 3 days.
Yes.
Yeah. So first day, I got a call from HR director from Samsung saying that the SVP wants to have me as permanent staff. It's on the same day that I actually applied AirAsia.
Mm.
Yeah. And I got a call from AirAsia on that same day
Wow.
Wow,
for
so
me
if-
to go interview the next day.
Wow.
So second day, so of course the first day he asked me, I said, okay, let me think about it, right? So the second day I went to AirAsia. The whole day, I think like from 12 to like 5 o'clock, I was in AirAsia office, LCCT back then.
Yep.
Yeah.
LCCT.
So I was of course going through interview and they give me a lot of tests, like calculation tests and whatever. A lot of questions is like only pilots can answer,
Mm.
right? But I tried lah, like to answer everything. Then after the
Did you get
test,
4.0 also for that?
they actually didn't show you the score. Then it's on the same day itself that I told the hiring manager, I say, I actually Samsung wanted to hire me. So if you want to hire me, I told my hiring manager, you need to tell me today because I was so eager to just go out and work because I need to make a living, right? I cannot just like, not doing anything. Then it's on the same day he arranged the regional head of network to interview me,
Who was it at that time?
Sentil.
Santan.
Center Baland, right? Then, okay, so on that day itself, I told him that, latest by tomorrow, 12 p.m., you must tell me whether you offer me and the salary. I asked him that. So, true enough, the next day, AirAsia offered me.
Yeah.
Mm.
And with a pretty amazing salary,
Salary.
I would say, as a fresh grad.
Yeah.
How
I
much was
never
that?
expect
How much
that.
was that if you don't mind? Because it's
Yeah, so that time, fresh grad, you get about 2,000, right, per month. They offered me 4.2.
Whoa.
Very
How
good.
well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of your results and maybe
More
your
than me
attitude.
when I started in Asia.
Yeah.
But my peers already like 3-4 years working, they probably
Yeah.
get about the same, right? Because they
Yeah.
all started like 2.2,
Yeah,
2.3.
yeah, yeah.
So
Then
you gave a really good impression.
Correct.
Must be, right?
I don't know.
What happened to Samsung?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I have to go back to Samsung because the HR director say, I want to see you face to face.
Exactly.
And it was mind-blowing experience for me because like when I sat down, there's nothing on the table. So basically we sit opposite each other. Then he gave me a calculator.
Oh,
Yeah. Then
okay.
he's like, any amount you want.
whoosh.
Yeah. Because I said, why would you do that? I'm just a fresh grad. Literally, I said that, right? Then he said, because the VP really wants you. Yeah.
Did you put any number?
No. I gave him back. I said, I'm very grateful for the opportunity because I really, really want to go with AirAsia. At the time, of course, when they offered me at like about 11 or 12, I went to Samsung at like 2 or 3, In that few hours, I called my sister. I told my sister about this, right? Then she said to me, do you want to live a mediocre life?
Do you want to what?
Do you want to live a
Mediocre.
mediocre life?
Mediocre,
Because
okay.
if you go with Samsung, there's a lot of hierarchy, a lot of Korean, like, for you to like
Yeah.
do different
Yeah.
things, make a change, it's very tough
Yeah.
in that kind of organizations, right?
Correct.
And of course, I think it's always in my character. And of course, my sister sees it, right? That I'm a risk taker and I always want to be better, want to make a change. And AirAsia was that company because AirAsia was very young back then, right?
Started by two crazy guys from music industry.
Yeah.
Right?
So it was very young and like even so LCCT was like very, I don't know, man, run down compared to like
It's like the Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
I was there a few times. I was like, huh?
Yeah. And Samsung was like very
Proper,
nice building,
Yeah.
like smack right in the city.
Yeah,
everybody was like, oh my
So
goodness.
glamorous,
Yes, very
yeah.
glamorous and like very proper. But then
Such a beautiful story. man.
yeah, I think I wanted to go with AirAsia. I told the Samsung HR director. Then he said, why? He was so like
Mind blown.
shocked, you know, because he gave me the calculator.
Exactly.
Then I didn't put any numbers. And I think AirAsia was fair enough to me. You
Like
know?
if Samsung
Fair
would have put 10,000 there, what would you do?
No,
She doesn't care, man, about money.
no.
Cik, ada jawab. Kau pula kau nak tahu jawab.
Yeah. What Ishrat said was actually
Yeah.
true. Because to me, it's not about money.
Mm.
And then, like, when my sister asked me that questions, immediately I have an answer already. I wanted AirAsia.
You wanted an adventure.
Crazy,
Yes.
man.
I wanted adventure. I wanted something really exciting because I was young. I want something that is sexy, that is like a dream land. you
And
know?
I think
yeah.
I think this is something that a lot of our viewers can learn from also. I think
Super.
most of young people, right, today they like to go for safety.
Yeah.
You know, but when you go for safety, maybe you stay there, but at a long time you don't really grow.
Yes.
But if you pick something that is, you know, maybe not so safe, but you know, like they say, high risk, high return, right?
Yeah.
But you know, if it works, and if you know you are a diamond, right? You know, wherever you go, you know, you will make a difference, right? So I think that is something that
Yeah.
that is
I wanted
amazing.
to reflect as well, right, Kat, on your story. It's like that where you started, right, as a diamond. That is something that is really, really cool. Because why I think so is like even in Samsung, right, if you are just a rock
Yeah.
and then you move, people don't even notice. But
Yeah.
because you're a diamond, right,
Yeah.
when you are suddenly not there at work,
Yeah.
the whole even
Yeah.
the VP notices it,
Yeah.
right?
And
And
I'm
when
sure
you-
I'm sure they think also kan macam
No.
bodoh lah kita punya
HR, probably the guy got fired.
got fired or something.
But I wanted to reflect because I always say this to my team as well. Like, especially like if you are somebody that hires someone, right, that your team depend on. I always say to them, I cannot promise you a good career, but I can promise you I can give you a platform where you can really, really work hard on and try to build something, right?
Yes.
Similarly, like AirAsia cannot promise you this career
course.
that you become C-suite and where you become a regional by 20 something, 27, 28?
Yes.
Around that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Asia cannot promise you that.
Yeah.
But they can just give you a platform where you can develop yourself to the best version of yourself.
Yes.
So, and that's what we do here in the podcast as well, to be inspired. I'm truly inspired. I never knew this story, you know?
Yeah.
It's super, super crazy.
Yeah,
I always
and I
thought you
think-
are anak orang kaya.
Yeah, and I think
Yang kiasu. Yang kiasu gila babi.
Yeah, yes.
you know,
Yeah,
I think
right.
a lot of people, I mean, since she was young, she knew she was a diamond.
Correct,
And I think
yeah.
today, after people watch her episode, I think more people would know she's a diamond.
Yeah.
Kan? So I think it's very interesting also. And of course, you started with Asia. I think, of course, you had a good start. And after a year, you were, I don't know, were they promoted or you changed your position to executive assistant to Tony Fernandez,
Yep.
which is no ordinary feat, you know, something that I think quite special lah, you know, and I've met him also, very special guy, you know.
Just yesterday.
Sorry, Tony, I have the mic now. So, no, but much respect to him as well, and I'm sure he's also a guiding factor for your future success at that time, right? So how was that experience like, and what made you say yes to
And how did you actually start to become Tony's executive
Yeah.
assistant, right?
Yeah.
how did he choose you?
Correct.
I'm sure he was the one who chose you, right?
Can't be like Pokemon Pikachu.
So because I started as network planner
Hmm.
in AirAsia as an analyst. Basically, what I do is that I have to do a lot of analysis in terms of routes profitability, and then I open new markets
Where to
for
fly and whatnot, right?
AirAsia to fly to. So one of the markets is actually Maldives.
Hmm.
So a
Oh,
lot of
you did
people didn't know
Maldives.
I did Maldives.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So and I did some of the routes in India as well. So and like I remember, like I work like hell for the first 8 months in AirAsia.
When did you never work like hell?
I don't even know.
Maybe
So-
after you get married, you'll settle down.
Let's try. So I work until like 12 a.m. most of the days, and like I don't go for lunch. And I think a lot of people in Asia knows that I don't do lunch,
Yeah.
right? I continue working. Like they thought that I don't eat,
Yeah.
right? So I work all day and I rarely talk to people. That time my hiring manager actually like told me off and said that you need to go and mingle around and network with people. Why you always just sit in front of your computer? Then I was like, I got so much reports to do. Like, how do you even have time to talk to people? Like, I didn't bother. I was really into my job, right? And that time, because LCCT was open floor.
Flat, right?
Yeah, even the HOD was just behind you. So everybody can see you, which I never really bother. I was just working. I was very into
Like
the
zoomed
work.
in.
Yeah, very zoom and like, yeah. So then one day when I took like a few days off, because I took that benefits, right? I went overseas for the second or third time in my life. I got a call. Then somebody said, hey, Catherine, Tony wants to see you. And then over the call, I asked, who is Tony? I was so young. I have never met, or like, who is Tony?
How long you were in? 8 years? 8 months.
months.
8
You
months
didn't
in
know
now.
who's your boss.
No, I don't.
The onboarding wasn't good at that time.
I went straight into like working.
Oh.
Shit.
There's no like what onboarding.
Who was your supervisor or your boss at that time?
Thai. T-A-I,
Oh,
Thai.
Maybe that time Asia was also quite
Very
baru, right? They don't have the onboarding like very well established and whatnot.
So even so, people give you onboarding like, oh, Tony Fernandez, but you never put a face you don't
Yeah,
remember because you were so into your work, right?
Correct.
Then I asked, who's Tony? Then the person is like, your boss, our boss. Then I was like, immediately I thought, what went wrong? Is it my report that got mistakes and stuff? That was my first thought. Yeah, like must be my report that screw up something and stuff that he wanted to see me. Yeah, really, that was my first thought. Then I was like, what happened? They said, oh, he's looking for an EA. Then my second question, what's EA? That person got so pissed off, like over the phone. I said,
Really,
Google
Tony
it.
was this guy and this girl.
Then Google it. What's EA? So I tried to Google, There's no such like exact thing as EA.
Yeah.
What's the job scope and stuff? Then he's like, okay, just Google it and send me your mugshot. I was at a restaurant. Then I just like at the restaurant dining table, I just take my selfie and send lah. Then the person is like, can you take a proper
Better one.
picture? Then I went to toilet. The toilet wall is white. Then I take the picture then and send. Then it's like, oh, Tony wants to see you tomorrow. Can you come to Manila? Then I was like, no, I was on leave. That was my... Yeah, you see like how naive and stuff.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
if
yeah.
like today Tony wants to see somebody, you make it there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I was like, no, I was on leave. Then that person got like, what the hell, right?
Who is this guy?
Yeah. So then I was
Betul
like,
lah, nak orang kaya ni kan? It
That's
sounds like
why,
a
probably,
rich
right?
girl,
I
right?
was like so like straight.
Engrossed in
Yeah,
your-
so straight and
Yeah,
like
straight.
yeah. Then I went back to work. Then I asked the guy, oh, is the interview still on and stuff? He said, oh, okay, let's see when Tony comes back. And true enough, the next day after I came back, Tony interviewed me for like 1-2 minutes. Yeah. He only asked me, what did you do? I said, network planner. Oh, tell me about your family. So he wanted to like background check me and something. So I told him lah. Then he said, okay, you got a job. So you go to London with me tomorrow. That's it.
Just like that.
Yeah. Then the next day, I flew to London with him.
Oh my
I
god.
didn't even know what to do. Right. So I just go lor. Then he gave me like a freaking like 15 list of things that I need to do on the plane. Yeah.
On the plane.
On the plane.
Crazy, man.
Then
Was it the private jet?
no.
No, that time don't have
So
yet.
I was
Oh yeah, masa tu belum.
yeah.
ni
So
kan?
then
Hmm.
if I don't know, not that many people know this. He of course sits in business class, right? Then I sit in economy class.
Of course.
Yeah,
at
so
that time,
I have
right?
to back the crew because Tony don't care. So later come and see me in the plane. I was like, how economy passengers go to business class or first class passenger and see you leh?
Mm.
I have to go and back and like
Yeah,
negotiate with the crew. My boss is in the thing. Can I go see him? Yeah, and I have to time it right to go see him, Then I go there, he give me like the 15 items that I have to do. Then I go back to my seats and like when land in London, I thought he would wait for me. No, he just disappeared. Yeah, I was like so fresh, so new, right? Yeah, then I just like try to figure everything out myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I was the first EA, if
Yes.
I'm not
The
mistaken.
first superstar EA. Then Tony has a few
Yeah.
superstars now, which are
Yes.
all now holding big positions.
Yes.
Right. So, but Kat was the
first EA.
Yeah.
He did.
So okay,
It was a
now
really good success story
Yeah.
that he wanted to replicate
Have more
right?
EA,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
and
So-
no wonder now Ishra also have 2 EAs, and now I also have EA because
EA
I
was
think
from here
because I
Yeah.
think this. I mean, we hear the story, but it's nice to hear from you.
directly. Yeah.
Yeah, but
But even I
think-
didn't know.
Yeah, back then there's no EA lah.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
PA.
Yeah,
So when
yeah,
when I tell people, oh, I am the EA, they're like, what's EA? Oh,
Yeah.
you're the PA. They corrected me. I was like, no, it's EA.
Yeah,
So,
executive
now it's a very
assistant-
common
Yeah,
thing.
executive assistant means you do the business side of things,
Yes.
not the personal side of things. Personal is
Correct.
like baju,
Schedules,
schedule, all that.
flights and stuff. Yeah.
But EA is more of like the business activities that you help them on.
Yeah.
So-
But then, with Tony,
So I want to ask you, like, this is your stage, and we want to talk about Tony. So
One part.
Yeah.
Like, what was your thought process during that time, right? When you went to London and all this, isn't it like mind blowing? Suddenly tomorrow go London,
Yeah.
or how did you like say this is something for everybody to learn also? Suddenly a big opportunity like that. How do you handle this? You're not overwhelmed or whatnot. Suddenly got 15 list of stuff.
things that you don't even know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're from a network analyst. I remind everyone here.
like
Yeah.
Right?
a day before, you know?
Correct.
A day
Yeah.
before.
A day before, really.
And suddenly you have to handle all this before we jump into how was it like working with Tony.
Yeah, because that one would be interesting.
Honestly, I didn't think much. I just take the opportunity
did it,
and
You
just
took
do
you
it.
took it as an
I
opportunity.
took it on the spot.
Yeah.
When Tony said yes, go to London, I just go. And give me 15 lists of items, I just figure it out.
Yeah.
Of course, that time it was Jackie was Jackie is
Still,
the PA, right? So I asked a lot of questions lah, even though it's stupid, But if you don't ask, you really become stupid. That's why I always tell people there's no stupid question. If you don't know, just ask. It's better you ask stupid questions than you make stupid mistakes.
Understand?
Yeah.
Better look stupid than making stupid mistakes.
Yes, because if you make stupid mistakes, it has a
Costly.
chain effect that it affects other department, other people.
Understand?
Yeah. So I didn't
that's
think
really good-
much,
good
you
lesson.
know.
Mm.
Ask, you don't worry about looking stupid, but
Yes.
don't try not to make stupid mistakes.
Correct.
Yeah, that's really good.
And
yeah.
I think I was young, right? People give you chance if you make mistakes.
Correct.
Yeah. So try to make as many and ask many stupid questions as much as possible when you're young. But learn.
Yeah.
You know, don't always rely and try to wait for people to give you answers. Yeah.
Understand? Very,
Yeah.
very good answer. Okay, now
Yes.
how was it like working with Tony?
And we want the dirt.
Okay.
You know,
he wants
Let's
to pay
do
back
it.
after
Yeah,
yesterday.
Let's
for
do
last
it.
week's episode.
He wants to pay back.
Wow, I tell you, I think 10 years ago, Tony
Crazy,
is
right?
crazy.
Now probably subside because my dad also is crazy.
Yeah.
Last 10 years. Now subside.
Yeah.
So can you share a bit? How is it like?
It's insane. Like he didn't have to sleep. He didn't have to eat. Right? You have to follow his schedule. And last time we really fly around a lot. A lot of time I have to live in different time zone, right? So if I was in London, I have to work the London time because Tony is awake. And then I also have to work the Malaysia time because whatever that he asks you to do, Malaysia office is closed. Then you have to wait for Malaysia office to open and then
Crazy.
continue on with the work. Only you can complete the entire thing. So it's honestly that 2 years, it's insane.
Was it hellish?
It's like
Gila.
me because I'm the only EA, right? I do everything. So, but it was that time that I really learned a lot because, I followed him. I have to prepare a lot of things for him, right? Then I coordinate a lot within the entire group, not just AirAsia, because Tony doesn't only have AirAsia. He had Tune Group, in Tune, so many Tune,
Correct.
Tune Talk, Tune Protect, Tune whatever. Then
Everything.
you have QPR, Caterham. AirAsia has 6-9 AirAsia. So it's so much going on. You really don't have time to think. You just keep doing, and learn. And, it almost feel like that 2 years working with him is like an MBA crash course. Yeah. Towards the end, I remember I tell him, Tony, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I said, I need to take a break.
It's a really, really, really crazy job.
It's crazy because you have to do the work. It's not just delegate to other people and do it.
Correct.
Which I'm very grateful that I actually took that opportunity to do it, because I learned instead of just delegating, right? Then I told him, Tony, like, I can't do this. I want to I give him bullshit. I said, I want to go do MBA course. Because I just
scare him.
Yeah, I just I need to take a break. It's too much already. Then he laughed so loud. He's like, are you kidding me? I was like, what? He said, you doing MBA course now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he said, if not enough, I can give you a more intensive one. I didn't realize until he said that. It was very true, Then, because it was just like a thing to scare him off, right? Then at that night, I actually researched what's MBA course and what's the subjects. It's actually literally what he's doing and what we are doing every day. Yeah. Then, of course, like, he cooled me down for a few days. Then
he pujuk what his strategy to cool you down?
Tapi bro, actually when you become Tony's EA, it's technically you have to go see your parents and all that. Sorry, you're not going to see me anymore for a very long time.
Yes.
You have to prep, you have to basically quit your life.
Yes.
For a while and just...
It's an MBA.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I just want to highlight this, right, Kat? You see that 15 list, how I knew Kat's existence in Asia as well is... Salah satu, I just give a bit of understanding to everybody how big one item of execution that she has to do. Back then aku buat yang Asia Minds kan. She has to organize a whole pitch and palace punya event, a proper event.
Pitch and Palace,
pernah dengar?
Yeah. That's the one the Prince came, right?
Yes.
Prince Andrew.
Itu salah satu.
Yeah.
Salah satu of the line item she has to execute.
Alone.
That's how, just to give everybody here a bit of sense of how the magnitude of the...
Ya, ni bukan macam action plan yang macam pergi call Aziz Bakar. Bukan.
Organize pitch at palace. Maksudnya organize a whole event. Aku buat satu event, aku terus tak nak buat dah. Kan? Ni dia ada 15 list, and one of that 15 list happens to be organize a pitch at palace event.
Yes.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Crazy. And talking about Pitch at Palace, you have like thousands of like proposal that flew into his mailbox. I have to go through everything and shortlist like 10 for him. So I went through everybody's proposal. Last time, Christy Unk, the Hills, was one of the pitch.
Wow.
And I selected that. And also Aaron, the guy that did tickets or stuff like that, right? I selected that. And then I organized that event with the royal family of UK.
Yeah.
It's so much protocol, right? You cannot stand too close. You have to
Bro,
gila,
bro. Can you imagine the magnitude that she...
And that was the first task.
No.
That's
That was
one of the tasks,
one out of many.
Out of many big magnitude kind of tasks. But she did it well. Macam, like I say, like for some people, maybe you can handle so many tasks, right? But you may do it like half-heartedly, or maybe, you don't do it well. But this, she organized Pitch and Palace with royalty, bukan boleh main-main. She even chose Christy Eng, one of the big, memang deservingly, bukannya, okay, I'll just take 10 sample. Meaning she really went through to all the proposals, chose well, right? So can you imagine? That's how... Gila lah power Catherine.
No, I think multitasking.
Yeah.
I picked up this skill and really perfected during those days. Like one time you can do so many things.
Correct.
But you just need to be ultra focused.
Okay, so basically, from your story, we can see that you are actually a real diamond. And, you started thinking of yourself as a diamond, and wherever you go, people will think of you as a diamond. And I think today, people can see that she's a real diamond as well. And thank you so much for sharing the first part of your story. And we're going to take a short break. And after this break, we're going to hear about how she transformed Santan and, and how her career progressed as well. So catch us after.
Don't go anywhere. See you guys after the break.
All right, welcome back to Apa Cerita with
welcome
Catherine, the CEO of Santan.
Yes.
The amazing and also super smart. And the
super
first half,
kiasu.
super kiasu. The first half, I think we've heard a lot of amazing story, and I think what stuck in my mind was the fact that you you think of yourself as a diamond, and everywhere you go, you shine.
Correct.
You know, I think that is something that sometimes people cannot tell you are a diamond. You need to know that yourself.
Correct.
Then only you will shine. Can.
And then you want to make it brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and
Polish
brighter.
it. Polish it.
Polish the diamond
Yeah.
throughout your life.
All right, Catherine. After
Yep, before we continue, we are thankfully given this new uncle size char kway teow. By the time this episode is out, this food
Baru seminggu.
should be baru seminggu available in AirAsia flights.
Santan.
Yes.
But today we are thankfully enough get to try it before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kat, before you dig in,
Yeah.
can you share a bit how did you develop this? Because just now you shared a bit, right? How many stalls you went to develop this delicious formula and whatnot?
How you know it's delicious? You haven't tried?
Just now Leona said
Oh,
she
okay.
finished it.
Oh, yeah.
She tried it and she finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
we work with Sai. He's actually from Penang. So
Oh.
one day he texts me and say, "Hey, do you want to do like a
So this is
Penang?"
Penang char kway teow.
Yes, it's a Penang version char kway teow.
Wow.
Yeah. So he asked me, "You want to do like a char kway teow together?"
Boleh sama-sama makan?
Yeah, please.
Halal tak? Halal tak?
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the whole objective about Santan.
Oh my God.
Sedap.
Yeah. It's not that hot anymore.
And you
I
know
hope it's still
Ashraf is
good.
very picky with food.
No, dia sedap
Yeah.
gila.
One
Yeah?
time she
Sedap gila. It's like really, really nice.
But it's not that hot anymore. Still
But it's nice.
good. Okay.
Yeah, I would put more salt, but that's just my personal
Yeah.
preference.
Yeah.
But it's really nice.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
try.
So yeah, basically he invited me to go to Penang to try all the best char kway teow spots that he recommended lah.
Sedap gila.
Then yeah,
Oh, sh-
Betul tu?
It's
Sebab
so
sumpah
good.
sedap.
no wonder.
yeah.
But it's really, really good. I think it's
Yes.
going to be a...
Thank you.
Number one bestseller.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember we went in June, you know. Then it's only August today. We launched this meal.
It's so good.
Thank
Habis je
you.
kita makan.
Catherine,
Please.
actually kan, this kway teow is not just good in the air. I think it will be good for people in the office and stuff.
Yes, that's the whole objectives, you know, like that's why, you know, all these years my effort has been putting into changing the stereotype of airline food.
Ini bukan tasting dah ni, ini makan.
Yeah, you guys eat like so fast.
No,
When I was in AirAsia, every time you always invite me, right? I'm
Yes.
very thankful for that. She always invites me for the food test.
wow.
But I'm not really a good food tester. Everything is good.
But this one, really
Sedap,
good.
eh?
Lah.
Yeah.
Lepas tu you tak kedekut. How many
Oh, sorry.
prawns was there?
Thank you.
There was like 5 prawns, 4 prawns.
Yeah.
4 prawns.
There's like 4 prawns, and the prawn is like not-
Big. Yeah.
it's big prawns
And fresh.
and fresh.
Yes. So yeah, I ate like 6 char kway teow or 7, I don't remember, on the same day. Because like our schedule is very tight. He's also very busy, right? So we like whack all the char kway teow spots in Penang. His recommended one lah. Then we came up with this version.
Yeah.
I don't know. We developed probably like
Yeah.
50 over char kway teow until we reached this version.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's really, really good. I
Thank
think anyone who will try this in the flight,
Mm.
they would give
So good.
positive
Thank
feedback.
you.
And you know, we would also like to send you an invoice for promoting.
But you know one thing I really wanted to say, this char kway teow is halal.
Yeah.
And you know, I always want to like make Malaysia food more widely accepted. So a lot of people, you know, the Chinese, right? They had this thought, oh, if it's halal, it's not good because there's only certain ingredients you can use. I don't think so. Like, why
But-
would it be so?
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
right, this one, kalau you compare with any other flight food, it will just like supersede any other. Kan?
Sedap gila. nak
Sedap
mampus,
gila.
eh.
Dia macam
Thank
like
you.
really the hawker
Yes.
kway teow
You
dekat
guys have to try it.
like
Yes.
uncle punya Cina,
Yes,
you know
the wok hei and
yeah.
stuff. Yes, yes.
I really memang terkejut sebab
Yeah.
how do you do it? Like how do you like actually come out with
Okay,
that? Kan? Macam,
since we're talking about this, right, Kat? Like, I'm gonna ask you the question that everybody, food businesses, wants to know as well. Like, how do they get their product onto AirAsia? And since how this Uncle Sai,
Char
Uncle
kway
Sai's
teow.
char kway teow, right? So you guys have to know that Cat and also AirAsia has very high standards in
Yeah.
terms of the quality of food
Yes.
and all that. But what's your advice to food entrepreneurs and product entrepreneurs that want to sell on AirAsia aircraft?
Yeah, because as an airline, food safety guideline and standards is much higher compared to on ground because like we need to make sure that the quality and the safety is top, and don't compromise on the taste, right? So of course the certificates like halal, HACCP, GMP, ISO, whatever, it's just the prerequisites. Even so, you have the certs, your taste needs to make it. And after that, your cost. Because I don't want and I don't believe that airline food you should sell a lot more expensive compared to like on ground. Why? Just because it's been done for decades doesn't mean that it's right thing to do. That's why, in AirAsia for Santan, right? I sell the price that's the same on ground, if you realize. Like my coffee, Americano, latte, coconut latte, pistachio latte, right? We sell it the same price as cafe. Our consistency, I would say, probably better than the cafe because we don't need to use machine. However, our freeze-dried coffee, it's 100% coffee beans. There's no additive, no chemicals and stuff like that. You see, in Santan, right, we really invest and take a lot of food technology into the food development. So if people want to list, of course, you please have to satisfy the certificates requirement. And you really need to know that the cost. A lot of people come and say, you can sell much expensive while you're in the plane.
Yeah.
Not the case. Because we are not like any food service airlines, like they just bundle into your fare. You don't even know. Actually, the food given to you in any food service airline is not free. They already put it into your tickets. It's just that you didn't realize, right? And then, so to us is that passengers need to be willingly pay for it. And imagine you as passenger pay for the airline food.
Imagine I come back from Japan, right? Haven't had char kway teow for like a week. Then I see this on the plane going back.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, mantap lah, bro. Kan? I think people will just love it so much. It's almost like how Pak nasi lemak lah. When you come back from overseas, the first thing you want is the nasi lemak, right?
You know, he's actually going to Japan early September. And then, are you flying on AirAsia?
Of course, brother.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
You already pre-visualized.
I hope PTTI book AirAsia lah. I don't know. They book for me.
No, now you have to champion it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can deal on group booking. Let me know.
Give you a discount.
Exactly.
Now that he offered, I can. If I ask him, susah.
No, can group booking. Can.
Yeah.
Okay, Catherine. I think, of course, after a while being in AirAsia and being Tony's EA, you were surprised when you landed. You must have been surprised when you landed the CEO position for Santan. Maybe you can share us about your story when you received the news and what were you feeling when you got that huge news?
Okay.
And also, I heard before you were the CEO, you were actually doing a lot of work for Santan already. So maybe you can tell us about this whole transition as well.
She probably can't say it for the first, but I will say it. It's a long overdue, man.
I think Ishra answered it all.
But okay,
yeah.
please.
So because I started Santan with Tony, so it's been
the name Santan was also
with Tony, right? It's 10 years.
How's the name came out?
Actually, I think they did like a poll and asked the all stars and stuff like that. Then at the end, Tony decided Santan because why Santan? A lot of people ask. Santan means coconut milk, right? And why coconut milk? Because in AirAsia is an ASEAN airline. So in a lot of ASEAN dishes, we use coconut milk to make the food taste good. So that's why Santan. Yes. And I think as ASEAN airline, we need to advocate more about ASEAN. We have a lot of great resources, great talent in this region, right? It's just that, I think the Western world didn't realize that. So we should not only as, policies point of view, but also food point of view, because food is easier to get into people's heart, right?
Yeah.
To advocate ASEAN. Hence, you see the entire Santan menu is very ASEAN driven. So, I would say I have been doing that task as a CEO for like many, many years. Why a lot of people texted me and said long overdue. I didn't feel anything, to be fair with you, because
you felt like it was a position already. You were doing
it came natural, really, right? So, how would I say it? Let's put it this way. To me, it's never about positions or money. What really, really drives me is that achievement and what kind of change I can make to benefits and serve people. And that is what really, really drives me.
building something great.
Yes. Right. So every day, my life evolved around like how I can improve things, how I can fix the things that is wrong. Is there any solutions at the right time that I can do? How can I, create things? And a lot of the time, I always think, how can I be a better version of myself? It's never I never asked for salary increment. I never asked for promotions for the past, 12 years in AirAsia. Never, because to me, it doesn't matter. If you keep doing the right thing, the world will reward you. The world will see you. You don't need
God also, right?
Yeah, God, world will see you. So it's not about asking for that title, asking for whatever. And how it came about, the announcement, I was actually shocked, to be honest with you, because he announced it in the town hall.
Yeah.
Like with 30,000 staff?
What?
Yeah. And at that time, I wasn't at that town hall, to be honest with you, because I just came back from China from like a work trip, right? So I just grabbed my coffee cup. I was walking in the atrium of Red Q on the way to a cafe to get a coffee. Then I think someone saw me and said, "Kat, Tony wants you to sit like in the front row for the town hall." Since he saw me, I just sit I thought okay, just like announcement, right? Or like he wants to say something about Santan pricing menu and stuff like that, which he usually does. Then I just said, then he suddenly said, "Okay, today I want to announce Catherine to be the CEO
of Santan."
I was like, okay. I don't feel anything, to be honest, because I feel like I've been doing that job for like many years. But what happened is that, just texts keep coming in from everywhere. A lot of people say, "Wow, congratulations!" Most of the people say, "Wow, well deserved, long overdue," and stuff like that. Because people already know me as like the
Santan
person
is Catherine is Santan.
that does that.
Yeah.
So to me, it's not about titles, position. It's not.
Yeah.
Every day, what makes me the happiest is like when you guys say, "Wow, your food is good.
Yeah.
Wow, you have changed the in-flight dining scene. Wow, you have changed the standard.
Yeah.
Wow, I like your food better than any other full service airline." That makes me the happiest.
But does that also, like the fact that he appointed you as a CEO, does that give you any validation that all of your hard work has been rewarded as well? Because with the CEO position, also salary increment, also better benefits and things like that.
To be honest, I never really think about it that way.
So Kasu, maybe you don't even know how much you make. How much you get paid.
Because how much can you
joking,
much can you spend, to be honest? Because we are very busy, every day we have to work. So we don't really have much avenue to spend money and stuff like that. Maybe I would say that, that recognition from Tony to officially say it maybe means something to me more, that okay, at this time he finally thinks that, okay, hey, Catherine we need to, announce her something. But not so much of I don't really, it's not me to focus on that, reward part. I'm more of like a progress person, right? Every day, if my things, my work, me, myself get better, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And what about your family's reaction? Were they proud to hear this news?
To be because my parents now stays in the States, right?
Oh, they stay in the States?
Yeah, they stay in the States now with my sisters. So my family is in the States. Of course, we have group chat. I texted in the group chat. My parents are very humble people, right? And I believe they probably feel happy. I think so. It's just that I didn't see the reactions, right? Yeah. But because Chinese family, all our values is, you work hard, you be grateful. That. We are very simple people. Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah, I think it's amazing way to look at things. And for me personally, I feel like it's a big proud moment also to see a young person, someone your age, being a CEO of a company that is a national-wide brand, kan? And you have done so well.
Oh, maybe I want to tell you, I don't even think my dad knows what I do.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
they just know you Kasu, you can handle yourself.
Yes,
right?
exactly what my mom say.
Maybe we pass the link to your dad.
I think my dad is like just everyday.
I think this podcast will be a great video for your dad to watch, right?
Yeah.
So he actually knows what you
I don't think he knows exactly.
Okay, so before you became the CEO Santan and what you did with whole Santan, I've known you when I joined AirAsia 2018. I've known you as the regional head, maksudnya big boss, head for Santan, duty free, for food, duty free,
merchandise,
everything.
Everything
that you see and you buy inside the aircraft is basically led by you.
Yes.
Of course, you have your own team, but right now, all the other countries, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, that time got Japan, Cambodia, all this, all reports to her, right? At what age? 27? 28?
27, I think.
Yeah. Can you share with us a bit of how'd you get, how'd you came to position? And how's the whole journey there?
So like after EA, right? Then one day I told Tony, I cannot already. It feels like I do everything but nothing. Then he's like, so what do you want? You want to quit? I said, I don't know. Then he asked me, what do you want to do? Then I said, I don't know. Right? I just like need the break lah. It's too much already.
Because EA, you do everything, but you don't own the
you don't own
project,
that,
right?
You do everything, and you're accountable for everything,
correct.
Right? So then one day we were on a plane. Then he told me, you go take over in-flight. That time don't have Santan. He just said in-flight.
Yeah. That time no brand, right?
No brand.
Yeah. It's just food.
Then I was so shocked. I was like, why me? Food? Me? I got no experience. Then he said, so what? I don't have experience flying a plane. That's like, okay. Then it's like, you go do the food. I need to revamp it and like we need to make it better. We need to like standardize and centralize everything. Because last time we got 9 AirAsia, 9 different menu, 9 different products. No, different, I don't know times how many products. Different pricing. All AOC, right? So when passengers fly AirAsia,
they don't get the consistency.
Yes. And also like, imagine you fly Bangkok. Maybe flying out from KL, you're on Malaysia flight, you see this menu. Flying back from Bangkok to Malaysia, you're on the Thailand flight, you see a different menu. But Nasi Lemak chicken rice is all there, right? Could be different pricing. So as passengers, you feel very confused. Like, are you flying on AirAsia or not? So the first task was to standardize everything. It was ultra difficult.
Yeah, because you have to check with all the other companies.
9 countries.
9 countries.
9 countries.
Means 9 different characters, 9 different nationalities.
Not to mention, probably some are more senior of age.
Actually, all.
Yeah, and you're a 27-year-old kid. Not kid, but 27 high achieving kid. Exactly, still a kid. 27-year-old, right?
I was a kid. Yeah.
Exactly.
And like, to be honest, all of them, like the management in-flight department, most of them started the in-flight department in those respective countries. They're the founder of in-flight. So you imagine you being the kid trying to go tell them what to do. You have no experience.
Correct.
Well, the first 6 months.
Kena sepak-sepak kot.
Yeah. Not only that, like people have like a side bet to see how long I can last. Yeah. I didn't know that until much later because I was like, again, kiasu, right? All in and work, right? Then, it was a difficult journey. But after like how we standardize everything, change the product, the pricing, marketing strategy, in that year itself, we hit highest historical revenue per pax for food in the 14 years of AirAsia history.
Crazy.
Yeah. Even that Indonesia in-flight head was telling me, you can't do it. He was so upfront with me. Then I said, what if I can do it? Like I told him that we will hit a record-breaking RPP for December that year. Then he said, cannot, like impossible. Because
for people that doesn't know, RPP is revenue per pax.
Yes.
So satu passenger yang fly, berapa tu? That's the KPI that we put to monitor.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, continue.
Because we reduce the price, instead of increase the price. So at one point, we are selling all the food at 10 ringgit pre-book. I don't know. I think a lot of people still
people
remember.
Buy more.
Yes, we wanted them to buy more, so we reduced the price.
We wanted them to buy online also, right?
Correct.
So that they spend upfront lagi kan?
Correct. So like all the heads don't believe. They don't feel like people would buy more, and they don't feel like, and the entire network, it's built for people to eat more and spend more. So it was a very tough push through to change that entire mindset and strategy. But true enough, in that year, we hit that highest historical RPP.
But it's funny, today, buying Santan online is a normal thing.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That time
Buying
tak?
the food.
That
No,
time,
that
no.
time you have to buy it on the flight.
Yes.
I remember.
Precisely.
Now like if you are late, book the flight late pun dia dah tak boleh beli.
Yes.
So you want to book the flight early so that you can pick the food.
Yeah.
And you know what? Every time I book, I want to book because I want to pick what food to
What you
order.
want,
And then I
yes.
sometimes I'm surprised because got biryani. Got whatever kan. Then you just want to try.
Yes.
Now got char-kway-teow.
Now got char-kway-teow. One day got some Wagyu fried rice. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. But so after that, one day, Tony called me and said, I need a favor. I was like,
He
what?
asked you?
He asked me, I need a favor. I was like, what?
I thought I've been doing favors for you every day kan.
What's the
Then he said, can you take over duty free? Oh, that time, duty free was like, because we got this weekly management meeting, right? Every week, duty free got whacked. Duty free department because like it's year on year
Tak deliver.
loss and all this thing. So he said, can you take over duty free and turn it around? Of course, I was like, why me? Because I just got to that high point of Santan. Right?
Baru nak relax kejap.
Yeah. Baru nak like, okay, like let's do more. Oh, please do duty free. Right? So, but it's not like you transfer from Santan to duty free. You do
both.
more.
Do both.
On top of Santan, you do duty free. But I, like look back. Honestly, I really like duty free because it's so in me. I like
Print money.
skincare. I like all this, like as a girl, you like beauty stuff. So I turned around duty free in 6 months, right? From year on year loss to like 31 million revenue in just 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, because we go directly to buy from the brands. We work with the brands to do like promotions, marketing. And we changed that dynamic of how duty free is seen on AirAsia. You look at our duty free products, it's different than
Are you
any
still
other
managing the
airlines.
duty free now?
Not anymore.
Can
right,
say. So I actually built it and then I give it to somebody else, right, to run it. In fact, I turned around duty free almost like 3 times in this 10
She
years.
give it away, then problem again, she comes again. Then
Yeah. So I'm a turnaround girl. Yeah.
SWAT. I call it a SWAT team.
SWAT team. Yeah. So I always turn around business and I find joy in doing it, to be fair, because I feel like nothing cannot be fixed,
Betul.
Just like we need to find solutions.
But I think Santan is doing much better than the duty free lah. I think maybe because I always go on a short flight, so I don't really see
you don't
the
really
duty
see
free.
that. Yeah.
But before, I think there was at this one point they were like really aggressively selling.
Yes.
Like would do announcement.
Yeah,
and-
until now.
That was the time that I built duty free because I work very closely with the crew to build like sales team, and then we give them scripts.
Correct.
We give them like promo bundles that they want. I tell you that 6
Rewards.
months, how I actually turned around duty free was really from the Chinese passengers, because back then it's difficult for Chinese to buy like duty free products in China because a lot of like fake products and stuff. So when I did duty free, at one point, Alvin, which is like the D7
Great,
crew,
yeah.
told me, Kat, now seatbelt sign off, the Chinese passenger will rush to the galley and line up. The moment they open the duty-free cards, everything is gone. Yeah. Because we really, and we communicate very well with the Chinese passengers to tell them that, our products is cheaper, better than the airports. Which, if you look at Santan and duty-free today, right? I mean, I would say for Santan, our products is cheaper and better than the airports.
Correct.
In airports, you pay very
So
expensive.
expensive.
And not only that, the money that you pay doesn't go into the food quality. It goes to the rental. Yeah, because airports rent is very expensive, right?
Yep.
But for Santan, every dollars we spend into like the R&D to make the food better and stuff like that.
Put the R&D every day, man.
Yeah.
And at the same
Every
time,
day.
you have an advantage as well because you don't have to pay the airline because it's owned by the.
They pay.
We do.
Pay.
But
Yeah.
maybe not as crazy, kot.
Correct.
We do,
Yeah.
quite.
I did the contract with them.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I was on the airline side.
Yes.
She was on the food side.
Oh, dia macam tu
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah lah, because it's a public
Proper
listed
lah, proper.
company.
Yeah.
Proper,
mean,
professionally.
What you said is right? And from Santan to duty free, supply chain, cabin crew sales management, in-flight system, the entire circle or the entire ecosystem for in-flight was managed by me until like 2019, when we decided to spin off because
Correct.
like Tony sees the time and the opportunity to do franchise restaurants.
Yep.
So
moving to that question,
Yeah.
where Santan actually started off as an in-flight catering services, right? But then was also the first to open a restaurant on the ground.
Yeah.
I remember that time. You know, every banker I gave Santan. All the banks I sent Santan, you know, so right pocket, left pocket. Then during COVID, you went on to open 7 restaurants. Was it correct?
10.
10 restaurants during COVID, and then can you share a bit of the deals that you made? Because I know before deciding to close them and focus more on ready to eat meals.
I think you did some deals with Secret Recipe,
Yes.
Zeus apa semua ni kan?
Yes.
Zeus, Petronas, T-Life. So what were the signs that convinced you and your team to take these bold steps and pivot the business in such a significant way?
Because like we opened the first Mid Valley Santan flagship in 2019 December, you know, and 2020 March was COVID. So we only got like 3 months that we are open to the public. Yeah, but nobody could expect it, right? However, we pivoted really fast. Because when the government announced that, we're gonna close for like 2 weeks, trust me, I'm in all the F&B groups, right? Like the retail F&B. Everybody's like, it's just a temporary thing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I immediately got on the call with my team. I was on treadmill running when the announcement happened, you know. I stepped down and I called my team. I said, hey, hello, you know, can we like regroup and see how we gonna react to this lah? So one of my operation manager, I still remember, she said, give me 5 minutes. So she called the entire operation teams for Mid Valley. Then everybody decided we don't want to close. We want to open. And then at that time, we already registered for like online delivery aggregator. So we continue open lor. We were the only restaurants that opened in Mid Valley, you know, that time.
Really?
Only one. And like online delivery didn't pick up for the first like 2-3 weeks because people like think, cooking at home easy. By the 3rd week,
Boom.
Crazy boom. Our sales is better than before COVID. Yeah. Then like, because I really think as a group, right, as a team, we decided that we need to pivot. We cannot wait because we don't know
How
what
did you
is to
pivot at the time?
Meaning that you need to be on online delivery.
Online
then we need to make sure, because our food is already packaged food. So it's very easy for delivery, you know. So, and then we started our social media to tell people. And then we engage a lot of KOLs. And a lot of KOLs actually help us without money.
Kita jaga kita kan, that time.
So like...
And so I think Ikhlas also gave away a lot of Santan food, right?
Yes.
Correct. And then like, because that time, Grab also not really built yet, you know, they don't have a lot of drivers.
Yep.
We even went down to do the delivery.
No, our pilots,
our
cabin
CEO,
crew,
all come and do delivery because they're so bored, they got nothing to do, right?
Yeah.
And that's how we pivoted.
Yeah.
And then towards the end of the year, we actually, when we first opened, we already has a lot of sign up for like franchise, you get what I mean? So then we realized that, okay, it's about time that we open and do the franchise because we already have first restaurant and Pyramid the second. Then we thought that we know the operations well and like we can control the food quality, right? So we open up franchise. In 3 months, we opened 10 franchise stores. Yeah, 3 months.
Gila, 3 months.
So and we had no experience, right? So we thought, okay, since we already have SOP, we know what to do, we can do it. Then it's different when you do franchise because you have to manage like different, literally
quality,
like,
people.
10 franchisees and there are 10 different teams. You lose control sometimes over your product consistency, your SOP they don't follow and stuff like that. Then we are
Mind you, while managing airline food, right?
Yeah.
While...
Because airline food, it's all you cannot touch the food, right? So this is one thing we really learned about doing franchise. You cannot let the human touch the food because the moment they touch the food, the consistency runs. But wow, the consumer behavior trend changed so much in that 3 years,
right?
and after that 3 years, right? People started revenge spending, omakase, fine dining, all booked out for like how many years after COVID, right? Then we realized that, hey, you know, it doesn't make sense to like continue doing the franchise restaurant since like people want to spend more. So we switched the focus to do corporate catering. Because that time when borders open, all the office wants a staff back. So then we see an opportunity there. And of course, a lot of people invited us to do corporate catering. And that's how we started. And what is it called? We changed the business model. Yeah.
Amazing. So basically, what we can learn there as well is like you pivot based on whatever situation, right?
Yes.
Because I can relate to that also. My business, one of my business, Zora, right?
Yeah,
Zora
yeah.
is with Keith also.
Is it still?
Yeah, still.
Okay.
Keith has a small share.
Yeah.
We pivot like at least 5 times from the first initial business model, right? But like how you pivot and whatnot, it's adapting to whatever the situation is, and then you pivot. Yeah.
Sometimes when you don't pivot and then you stay, then sometimes you can bleed a lot.
Of course.
And
correct.
that will kill
Yes.
your business in the end of the day, kan? So I think it's important to have that adaptability.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I want to ask, right? Do you ever regret like closing down Santan? Like if Santan was open today,
The
right?
retail stores.
Yeah, the retail store. Sorry, the retail store Santan. Like I think if it was still on today, maybe with today's behavior, it would be different, right? So what would be your take on that?
No, I don't feel regrets because at that time it was the best business decisions because we need to also refocus back to airlines because airlines started flying back. We need to relocate resource. People didn't work for 3 years. They forgot how to work, like all the SOP was gone and stuff like that when I went back to airline. So we need to really focus on building back the airlines. And of course, along the way, I see the opportunity not only in corporate catering, but also actually I can work with like big retail chain to continue the Santan branding in the market. And I see Santan providing value to all this like beverage chain, right? Because the beverage chain, they don't do food, right? They are not the experts in food. And that is what Santan can fill in the gap.
Yeah, the coffee shops and
Yes,
whatnot.
like Zeus, Till Life, Secret Recipe, Petronas. Actually, we are servicing all this account, right? And
Started with KK, right? But KK,
KK Mart.
no longer.
Yeah, so you need to find. KK is also a learning for us because you need to find the correct channel to sell your products, right? So if people don't go to KK to buy RTE, it doesn't make sense. So sometimes it's not about having so many accounts. It's having the right account, right channel for your customers to reach you. And Santan continue to presence in the markets even without a retail stores.
Yep.
And today, retail landscape is super competitive, super. And I would say even until today, right, people would, because the generation mentality change. People wants to travel more. They want to spend more on experience instead of all this retail experience. So I would say it was a very good decision back then. Yeah.
Amazing. So our next question, Kat. So far, memang very, very good. We got so much. I now I understand why you are you. But now we want to move so Santan now serves 20 million in-flight meals a year. Crazy. 25 million dah.
Yeah.
Lepas once you introduce this char kway teow, maybe
35 million.
50 right, a year. And I know that for a fact that you sell every 4 seconds one nasi lemak.
Yes.
Yeah,
Every 4 seconds.
every 4 seconds satu nasi lemak.
So
bro.
you are the most successful nasi lemak seller.
Yeah. So when people say I'm happy selling nasi lemak tepi jalan, tapi ni atas angin kan. Right? That's one nasi lemak every 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And 1,000 nasi lemak every 1 hour.
Wow.
Print duit bro. And they do like 200 million.
Close to 200 million.
200 million
last
a year.
year.
Yeah, last year. They're like 45% year-on-year growth. So, but when you look at all these numbers, right? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
You talking about revenue and stuff?
Revenue, your 20 million in-flight
the
meals a
fact
year.
that you sell nasi lemak every 4 seconds. All this data lah. What
I
does it
always
suggest?
they always ask me for sponsors, this and that. I say, you know how many nasi lemak I need to sell to make the money. To me, numbers are numbers, but what I really feel and see is passengers like the food. Yeah, that means the
Soft
most to me, right?
Yeah.
You understand? Would you say it was hard to first come up with the idea of the brand, considering that you had to find ways on how you can convince your customers that Santan actually serve food quality and not the typical in-flight quality?
Honestly, it's ultra difficult that stereotyping. Because everyone says, who would buy airplane food? Why would airplane food be good? But what actually drives me for all this 10 years, right, in AirAsia and building Santan is how I redefine the in-flight food, right? And I really every day pushing the boundaries and challenge to raise the in-flight meal standards beyond the passengers' expectations. And if you look on social media, we never spend a single cent on social media. It's all organic reviewed. Because I need those reviews to improve my products. Then I told like marketing, don't spend, because you spend, you screw the algorithm, right? Then I cannot find the real comments and the feedback. Now that you look at passengers, a lot of people say they choose AirAsia because they want to eat the food. And that, I think my job is done, right? Because what do I want for Santan? Because I want to raise the industry standards. I want to tell the passengers, you pay for it, you can demand for more, you deserve more. I want to be able to change the industry. Because for decades, just last week, I came back with a full service airline. I was on business class because I wanted to really experience the best food that the airline can serve the customer. Hence, I pay for my own tickets for business class, right? I saw the menu, like it has name on the food, you know. When the crew served me, she asked me, what do you want? Fish, chicken, or beef? But there's name on the menu. And she would still ask you fish, chicken, or beef. I feel it's sad because I always tell people, if you fly AirAsia, you will always remember what you eat. If I asked you, you can name the food. But if you fly on that full service airlines, if I ask you, what did you eat? You can never tell me.
Fish.
You don't even know what fish.
Or pasta.
It's something like you cannot even name what pasta, right? But if you're on AirAsia, you can say char kway
But I had
teow, this and
what's the what do you call that? The small black
Caviar.
and cheese. So you don't have that in Asia.
We shouldn't.
Come on, man.
We shouldn't.
It was so good.
You gotta also know your market, brother.
I know. But the first time I had caviar was in a plane, Emirates.
Correct.
And I was like, because actually first time I had it was when I was a student. And then when I ate it, I was like, why people eat this stupid shit? And then it's like, bro, it's so expensive. I don't care if it's expensive. But first time I appreciate caviar was in Emirates aircraft.
That's right.
Eating with cheese and crackers.
Yes,
Whoa.
yes.
I've never
so
had
good.
caviar, you know.
Yeah, you should fly Emirates and then try.
Bro,
Wow, thank you.
wrong place, bro.
Okay, different market. We don't fight with
okay.
them. Anyways, so good. And you know, Catherine's version of my job is done is she's still launching tomorrow. Char kway teow. Last 2 weeks launching roti bakar.
Yes.
That's her.
Oh, I haven't had the roti bakar though.
Yeah. So you see a lot of the things that we launch on the plane, right? Is first in the world.
Oh, first.
Like who would do char kway teow in the plane? Because in order for the noodles to not crumble, even you tap out from the hawker store, you go home, that whole thing will become like one lump already, right? It's very difficult. And also like who would do kaya butter toast in the sky because it will turn soggy,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So if you really ask me, I think Santan we are innovator of food,
Correct.
right? We really crack the code on how to make it taste as good in the sky and sell you the same price that you pay on ground. So this is why I said like, you know, I think that mindset of R&D is there for Santan. Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm not surprised, especially because now that we just interviewed Tony and semalaman. So I was going to ask like, where you get all this idea, nasi lemak ice cream, freeze-dried mala, freeze-dried coffee, boosted, and then you boosted revenue by 50%. And then where does all this bold appetite of experimentation come from, right? Suddenly you got this lah, got char kway teow lah, coffee, macam-macam. Ada coffee yang normal cafe also don't have.
Yeah. Pistachio coconut latte.
Pistachio coconut latte.
Yeah.
Right. So where do you get all this bold? But we interviewed Tony yesterday and he said he was always an advocate of blue ocean strategy. Yeah. So, but I want to ask you, like, how do you decide which innovations are worth betting on? Right, as well?
So if you talk about coffee, even between me and my R&D team, we had a lot of battles, right? True. Because like when I first wanted to do coffee, they were like, why you want to do this freeze-dried coffee? Just sell the 3-in-1. The Malaysians want to drink the 3-in-1. Then like my argument and my debates with them is that just because everybody does it, I should do it, even so it's wrong. Right? You know, that time Zeus is not even like that popular. Coffee is considered expensive and stuff like that. I say, customers and passengers, they really want a good cup of coffee, be it is in the sky, right? That's why I R&D the freeze-dried coffee myself, because my R&D team didn't want to do it. They don't believe in it, right? So I said, you don't want to do it, I'll do it myself.
She was super proud about this freeze drives.
Yeah.
I remember that time in Red Q, she was like, hey, you want to try this coffee? Like a little dorky.
And like, I just focus on passengers and customers, what they want. I didn't think so much, right? Because if there's a gap that we can fill the need, you just do it. Why? I don't have very beautiful words to say, wow, I'm very smart, this strategy, that I don't think so. I just focus on what the customers want. And I want to fulfill that gap. Yeah, I'm a doer, right? Like, just like hunters lah. I just want to get it done because I know you want it.
I call this GSD mentality, get shit done mentality.
I think it reminds me of the Trapper Brothers. The Trapper Brothers also quite similar. They want to look at what sometimes the problems the customer don't even realize.
Yes.
So they solve a problem that customer don't realize, and they tell the customer they are solving this problem.
Yes.
For example, this kway teow, right? I never knew.
Yeah.
I would want char kway teow
in the sky. Yeah.
But after tasting that, I knew like, okay, my
you
life
can
will
have
change.
More.
My life will change after this in the sky. Now I can have a proper breakfast.
Yes.
I can have my char kway teow with my roti bakar, kan, with some coffee, or some teh tarik, So I think, and you are also launching the teh tarik, right?
Yes.
So I think this is something yang orang kata macam disrupt. You disrupt this whole market, and you disrupt this whole airline punya food industry and make it your own.
Yes.
And I think people will eventually follow suit as well. So you are disrupting an industry and, being a leader in the industry too.
That's what we hope for, because for the benefits of all. I hope other airlines follow suit and like offer better things.
No, just fly Asia je.
Please fly more with AirAsia.
Wherever Asia flies, fly Asia.
But for me, after this susah lah. Yelah, pergi naik flight je, makan banyak, nanti jadi gemuk. Nanti Tony akan bahan lagi.
You do like jumping jack in a plane.
Alright.
Kat, so the role of a CEO can be lonely and scary at the top, right? And then someone like Kiasu, like you, who wants to be friends with?
No friends at all.
Zero friend.
But probably Catherine has Aziz lah.
How do you handle pressure and maintain clarity in decision making?
To be honest with you, I think I only learned, people don't work well under pressure in this like couple of years. Previously, I don't know. It's like Tony, right? It's like just do, right? Like you don't feel anything. So these recent years, especially this year, I'm a lot more mindful. And
I see that, actually.
I'm a lot more mindful.
Zen.
Yes. And like to my states of like well-being and my mind, right? And because I tell myself that I don't believe that anybody can make a sound business decision if you're under a lot of pressure. So I take reset trip, When I take reset trip, it's not like, just reset lah, it's not like that. I consciously do 3 things.
Which is?
I take a step back, and then I rest. I trust my team. So I realize a lot of people can't do that. They can't let go. Right? You can't take a step back. You don't rest. You don't trust your team. Fail.
This is the 3 things.
3 things. You need to step back, rest, trust your team.
Okay.
But of course, I spent many years building up the team.
Culture.
Yes. And like they can handle the situations without me physically being there. And hence I can take a step back and rest, right? So it's by sequence. And you need to strike all 3 to like clear your mind, to hit that reset moment. Because sometimes when you are too like crammed in situations, you can't think straight, right? You need to step out. You need to see the world. So whenever I take some day off, I go overseas. I don't do much. I just like go to a coffee shop. I just watch people. I like to do people watching because I like to observe like, what they like, how they react, how they talk. and stuff like that, because it's sort of like, it always gives me new business idea, when I do people watching.
You find more gaps.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Catherine, of course, like, throughout your journey, what do you think is the most, the sweetest memory or the best or
Best moment.
the best moment of your whole career? You've been talking a lot about work, but is there some highlight that you think, okay, this is something that I remember for the rest of my life?
My team, because like people who work with me know that Santan culture is very good. Our turnover is very low. People that started Santan with me, they stay until today, right? Even some good,
left, then come back.
Yeah. But he left for good. And I think at that moment when he leaves, he left was a good decision
time.
because he needed to learn more. And when Kevin, which is the R&D head, right? He left like towards the end of COVID because like we couldn't find that breakthrough in R&D anymore. We were constantly doing the same thing over and over, and it didn't work, right? Even so, like we fought a lot, right? Because I want to push him, like we need a breakthrough. We need to save the business. He couldn't. Then when he decided to leave, I think it's a good thing because I told him that, you know what, go and learn.
Explore.
Go and learn as much. And when I need you, please come back. So in that 2 years, like we always talk, right? Even so he didn't work for me or for Santan anymore, we always talk. And we always share like market reports and study and stuff like that.
So nerdy.
Yeah, because we needed to like break through, right? We never gave up. Even so, like we
2 years,
closed
bro.
it. Yeah, 2 years. And like that 2 years, because nobody had R&D. So I was the one actually driving R&D with that back then, the QA manager, which I made her the R&D person interim, right? But that gave me a lot of space to think from a fresh perspective. And I realized that, sometimes with no experience is better. Then you're not constrained to like all this know-how before this cannot be done, that cannot be done. Hence we have like, this cafe quality coffee, freeze-dried coffee. We have freeze-dried mala noodle. It was during that 2 years when I did R&D myself, right? Because to me, it's like, why is it not possible? Passengers want it, we just give lah. Yeah, it's very pure intentions without thinking much, right? So I think my team is the highlight of my career. They really stick through me, like through thick and thin. They really supported me in all my like emotional states and like stress and stuff. Tony once said that we are like the starling birds. Yeah, our team, because we really move well together. It's a lot of chemistry and we cover each other very well. We complement each other as well. So to me, talent, team is the best thing that happened to me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, Catherine, this is my last question. I think we have heard so much amazing stories from you.
Yep.
So many amazing stories. And the last question is for you, for the audience. What would you be your advice to them on how to be the best version of themselves?
Okay, I think number one, don't be calculative, right?
Jangan berkira.
Yeah, jangan berkira. Because I feel like a lot of the young generations, they're very calculative, like 5 o'clock, ciao. And like they never reply your message and stuff like that. But they demand more, right, compared to our generations. Number two is you don't wait until you feel ready. To be honest, like nothing is ever ready for you to start. You just got to start it and then you have to try, you learn, and you try again, right? Because like every detour can be a stepping stone if you continue to move on. So people cannot accept failure this day. I don't know why, right? But in our generations, it's like we just want to do it. And then if we fail, we try again until we make it. That was our mentality. So if you ask me, if you want to be a better version of yourself,
the best version.
Yeah. So you have to like, don't be calculative. Just do it before you ask for any, like demand more, right? Because every steps you take, it benefits you more than anybody else.
As long as it serves your purpose.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. So
Yes.
thank you so much, Catherine.
Thank you
Thank you so
so much.
much.
for sharing your story. I think I've learned a lot about you and from you as well. And I think your whole journey has showcased the true grit.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like going back and work right now.
Yeah, and I think what's amazing about you are someone that is resilient. You go push through, and I think you are right. A lot of people always calculative. They always think about what do I get if I do something now, right? But actually, the more you give, the more you get.
Yes.
And how you get it, you don't know. Sometimes the boss will give it to you, or sometimes better opportunities will come on your table. Maybe your family get something better, you know. So I think the whole mindset, the way you conduct yourself is something yang I feel a lot of people can learn from. And I hope all of our team members also watch this episode. Watch
So don't be calculative.
no, not just that. Be like Catherine.
Yeah, be like Catherine.
You give more, and you will find a way to get more too. And
because if you're a giver, you receive more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, and I hope and I wish Santan will grow to become a unicorn company very soon.
Thank you.
And I think you guys have done so well, and I think you have really created a whole new industry of food on the air. And what you have done is truly amazing. I think personally for me also, when I travel, when I go on Air Asia, one of the first thing that I look forward for is the food. And to enjoy the food. And sometimes when I come back from a long trip, I just want my nasi ayam, and I think knowing that you actually did this whole shift from the industry, I think is something so amazing. And I can't believe you're so young but have accomplished so much. And I wish you all the best also in your future.
Thank you so much.
Anything from you, Wak?
Yeah, from my side, I've known you all this while. I think the first time I've always wanted to bring you on this podcast because I was truly inspired, but I didn't know all this story. So it was a really, really good
revelation.
Revelation. And it's to no surprise that you have achieved such success given how you grew up and whatnot. But I just wanted to share with everybody as well, I got the starstruck fanboy moment when I first joined Asia. And I saw this lady is only a couple of years older than me, but she's already holding a big position,
And you were still in EA at that time, right?
Yeah.
EA or CEO though.
Yeah, fresh guy, right? I just joined. So when I saw, I was like really, really impressed, and I was like inspired. Rather than this is something that I wanted to share as well. A lot of people maybe think that you feel irritated or maybe jealous, but I always switch this jealousy.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm a bit jealous, to be honest. But you switch this jealousy to inspiring or admiration feeling rather.
Yes.
Right? So I was really, really inspired, and I really admire your success and who you are today. So I'm ready to work even harder now to become more kiasu also. Thank you so much, Kat.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. And hope everybody
Thank you.
enjoyed this session as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, so thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. I hope you guys learned so much about from this episode.
Yes.
And please do share. Please do
Episode
share.
is brought to you by
the episode is brought to you by Santan.
Santan.
And if you guys like the episode, please share with your friends so that everybody can benefit from this whole session.
Dan jangan lupa hashtag nak ubah member.
Alright, see you guys next week. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you.